Look at this circuit closely. We have multiple resistors, multiple loops, and multiple voltage sources. Suppose we want to find the total current passing through this 4-ohm resistor, then what should we do? We have multiple different methods to tackle this question, but today we will be solving this problem using the superposition theorem. First of all, what is the superposition theorem? Think of an orchestra where two people are playing different instruments, and you want to know how much each one contributes to the melody you hear. The superposition theorem says you can listen to one instrument at a time, then note down what that one does, then listen to the other one alone, and note down what that one does, and finally add the two sounds together to fully understand the entire melody. In circuit language, when there are two or more independent sources, like multiple batteries or multiple current sources, or current sources and batteries together, you follow this simple rule. Temporarily turn off all the sources except one source, find the voltage or current you care about from that single source, then repeat for each source, and then add the results algebraically. If you have a voltage source, then turning off a voltage source means you replace it by a piece of wire, a kind of short circuit, so the two terminals become the same potential. Now, if you have a current source, then turning off a current source means you remove it like this, a kind of an open circuit. That is all you need to remember about the rule. Okay, now in order to solve this question, in step 1, we will consider the contribution from this 17 volts battery. This means that for the time being, we will short-circuit this 5 volts battery like this. Now we first have to find the total current flowing through this 17 volts battery. We know that using Ohm's law, the current I is given as voltage V over equivalent resistance of the circuit R, right? Here voltage is given as 17 volts. So we just have to find the equivalent resistance of this circuit. To do that, look here. If we label this point as A and this point as B, then this point is also equal to B because we do not have any electrical component here, and it is just a straight wire. Similarly, because of the short circuit here, this point is also the same as point B, right? This means if we put these 2 points A and B like this, we have 2 resistors between them, which are 4 ohm and 3 ohm resistors, and thus they are in parallel. For parallel resistors, we know that the reciprocal of the equivalent resistance is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistances. So 1 divided by R equals 1 divided by 4 plus 1 divided by 3. Next, make the 2 fractions on the right have the same bottom number by choosing 12 as the common denominator. So convert 1 divided by 4 into 3 divided by 12, and convert 1 divided by 3 into 4 divided by 12. Then add those 2 fractions to get 7 over 12. At R as 12 over 7, so this is the equivalent resistance because of these 2 resistors. Now this part is super simple. We can observe that all these resistors are in series. So the equivalent resistance will be the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 12 over 7. First add 1 and 2 to get 3. Then write 3 as 21 over 7, so the denominators match. Next add 21 over 7 plus 12 over 7 to get 33 over 7 as the equivalent resistance of this entire circuit observed by this 17 volts battery. So the total current flowing through this 17 volts battery is V by R, or 17 over 33 by 7, which is 119 over 33. Great. Next, bring back the original circuit with all the resistors. So now this same current will flow like this, and then it will be distributed in this branch and in this branch like this. So if we label the current flowing through this 4 ohm resistor as I1 and the current flowing through this 3 ohm resistor as I2, then we have I1 plus I2 equals 119 over 33, right? Because this same current was distributed in both the branches. Now listen carefully. We have already seen that both these resistors are in parallel because they both have the same endpoints AB. This means both resistors have the same voltage difference across them. So the voltage here is given as I1 times 4, and here it is given as I2 times 3. So equate both of them. We get I1 as 3 by 4 times I2. Substitute it here to get 3 divided by 4 times. I2 plus I2 equals 119 over 33. Then write I2 as 4 divided by 4 times. I2, so 3 divided by 4 plus 4 divided by 4 equals 7 divided by 4 times. I2 equals this. Solve for I2 by multiplying both sides by 4 divided by 7. We get I2 equals 68 over 33. Finally, compute I1 using this to get I1 equals 17 over 11. Nice. Now in step 2, we will consider the contribution from this 5 volts battery. This means that for the time being, we will short-circuit this 17 volts battery like this. Then we first have to find the total current flowing through this 5 volts battery. For that, we will find the equivalent resistance of this circuit. Both of them are in series. This means equivalent resistance of both of them is 1 plus 2 or 3 ohms. Again, now it's easy to see that this 4 ohm and 3 ohm resistors are in parallel. So the equivalent resistance is 12 over 7 ohms. Now both of them are in series, so add 3 plus 12 over 7 to get 33 over 7 as the equivalent resistance of this entire circuit observed by this 5 volts battery. So the total current flowing through this 5 volts battery is V by R, or 5 over 33 by 7, which is 35 over 33. Great! Next, bring back the original circuit with all the resistors. So now this same current will flow like this, and then it will be distributed in this branch and in this branch like this. So if we label the current flowing through this 4 ohm resistor as I1 and the current flowing through this 3 ohm resistor as I2, then we have I1 plus I2 equals 35 over 33, right? Also I1 times 4 equals I2 times 3. We get I1 as 3 by 4 times I2. Substitute it here to get 3 divided by 4 times I2 plus I2 equals 35 over 33. So we get 7 by 4 I2 equals 35 over 33. This gives I2 equals 20 over 33. So I1 equals 5 over 11. Awesome! Now here comes the climax. We want to find the current flowing through this 4 ohm resistor. From this part, we found that the current through the 4 ohm resistor due to the first source alone is 17 over 11. And from the second part, we found that the current through the same 4 ohm resistor due to the other source alone is 5 over 11. Now simply add them together to get the total current as 22 over 11, which simplifies neatly to 2 amperes. This beautifully shows how the superposition theorem actually works. Now, can you let me know in the comments what will be the value of currents through all the other resistors? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, you can support my channel by joining our community and becoming a member. So good!